There's heavy cloud cover as the P-40 fighters and B-24 bombers reach the target at Ichan. Allison spots a break in the clouds. He'll go down to reconnoiter. He radios the rest of the formation to stay above the clouds.
I said, let me go by myself. So I started, and I turned around, and I looked back, and I've got myself and my wingman, and then behind us are these 9 B-24s. And while we were having this conversation, all of a sudden it's just as if someone had taken a handful of pepper and thrown it up through these black spots were busting through the ceiling.
20 Japanese Oscars have suddenly appeared. They're heading directly for the B-24s. Allison is here. The enemy Oscars climb towards the B-24s here. Allison must find some way to engage and divert the fighters from the bomber formation. He must act quickly. The lighter and more agile Japanese fighters are closing fast on the B-24s. Allison jams the stick back and rudders right in a climbing turn.
And I found myself climbing with all these Japanese fighters.
He pulls up on an easy target, an Oscar right in front of him.
The tracers hit his cockpit, and he just rolled over and dove straight into the cloud.
One Oscar's down, but 19 are still pressing the attack. He maneuvers through the enemy formation, then lines up another Oscar in his sights.
I hit him, and he did catch fire. So I knew I got that one.
Allison pulls into a high G climb. 3 Oscars are attacking a B-24. Before he reaches the vulnerable bomber, he spots another bandit at 3 o'clock. Allison has to make a split-second decision. Allison is here. The bombers are here. The Oscar is on his 3 o'clock here.
But I figured that I could just pull my airplane up almost into a stall, and then I might be able to divert these 3 from their attack on the bombers.
It's a gutsy move. Allison will climb vertically towards the Oscars, letting loose a stream of fire to disrupt their attack. But he'll lose airspeed in the climb. If he stalls, he'll be an easy target for the Oscar on his tail. Allison pulls the stick into his chest. His airspeed falls off. He presses the trigger. His P-40 shudders in a stall. The Oscar opens fire.
And the next thing I knew, I lost my rudder. This airplane coming up from below had hit the main hinge of our rudder, and it fell off. But instead of leaving the airplane, it was still connected by the cable, and it started a terrible vibration.
With his rudder gone, Allison can't really maneuver his aircraft. The only thing he can do is just keep it level and airborne. So he's now vulnerable to any other enemy aircraft out there that decides to take him out.
The P-40 vibrates uncontrollably as it levels off. The Oscar rolls into position, lining up an easy kill. From 200 feet away, the Japanese plane fires. Pieces fly off Allison's fighters. The rugged P-40 absorbs the hits, but it can't stay in the air much longer.
And I said, well, if somebody doesn't help me soon, this is it. I'm gone. All of a sudden, I'm absolutely enveloped in a hail of tracers.
A Chinese fighter pilot has come to Allison's rescue. He's behind the Oscar, firing wildly.
So it's tracers from 650s. And I'd seen them from one perspective. Now I was seeing him from another and a fatal one. And I thought, he's going to kill us both.
But the Chinese P-40 kills the Oscar. It goes down flaming.